Ahoy, mateys, and welcome. Know, O viewers, that between the years when the oceans drank Atlantis, and the gleaming cities, and the rise of the sons of Ares, there was an age undreamed of, when shining kingdoms lay spread across the world like blue mantles beneath the stars. Hither came Conan, the Cimmerian, black-haired, sullen-eyed, sword in hand, a thief, a reaver, a slayer, with gigantic melancholies and gigantic mirth, to tread the jeweled thrones of the earth under his sandaled feet, and destined to wear the jeweled crown of Aquilonia upon his troubled brow. But this is not his story. Instead, we turn our eyes to the Baracus Isles and the crew of a pirate ship. Pirate ships, now, their stories are many and varied. Not to be kings in their future, yet still destiny has touched their lives. Let me tell you of the days of high seas adventures. And so I say my welcome to my players and my welcome to the audience. It's good to be back with the entire crew of both the Sea Reaver and Dagon's Embrace. We are coming back to just when the pirates, what was it? A tactical retreat from the Red Brotherhood, I believe, was the definition of what you all did. Yes.
Yes, a strategic saunter in the opposite direction.
Regrouping.
And so you managed to get away. I would like to just stop for a minute and I say thank you, Spider Queen Long. Pat, always good to see you. Thank you for the sub. And I did see that perfection on the ammo drop. Don't worry, I already got a battle plan for that. Now that I was hoping it would happen. My players are in for a little bit of fun with that. And so we turn back to the crew of the Sea Reaver and Dagon's Embrace. It's approaching dark. Are you continuing through the night? And hello, DM Chuck of Defenders of Cobalt. Good to see you, buddy. What are you guys doing? You continuing through the night?
I would say we are.
And what is your heading? Are you heading?
We are.
Are you heading to your destination? A possible abandoned pirate port that a helmsman that Caitlin hired has said.
Yeah, I would say we're heading directly there.
Well, let us. I'm sorry.
I would wait for an acknowledgement from my other captain via flag.
I don't mean to be rude or anything, but would it be better to maybe make sure the seas were safe just in case we come back and the Brotherhood meets us on the other side?
Are you talking about going around the island first?
I'm talking about maybe wait till they pull anchor and they feel like they're safe in the middle of the night, and we coast up with no lights, and we take them at around maybe 1 a.m. in the morning and burn their boat down, and no one will come looking for them. The only place we can use the fire of their ship to light the way.
I would see if we could pull up next to Lee's ship.
Mm-hmm. And not maintaining any speed, you'd have to stop.
Yeah, that's fine. And discuss that real quick as light is coming to an end of our day.
But of course, it is always the captain's choices.
I'm like, well, the thing is, maybe we'll burn down their ship, but we won't get their treasure if we do that. The Red Brotherhood wasn't after us, or they would have turned to chase us, so...
No, but we did disobey them.
Yes.
We have entered a list of probably take a reprise or take her down at this point, as they are the head pirates of this area.
The only thing is, we've got about as much food and drink as it's going to take us to get to the island, so the more time we spend doing things that aren't going to the island, the longer we might spend hungry if nothing turns up going our way. So are we going to take their ship and steal their stuff, or are we just going to burn their ship?
I mean,
I hate to point out the obvious, but we're on open waters, and they got a big mast. They got a big nest. It's clear skies, moon's bright. I think they got plenty of light to spot us miles away. Nautical miles, of course.
Yeah, what is the moon like tonight?
We're probably looking at about a half moon.
I will do what the crew votes to do.
I haven't rolled for weather yet, by the way, but continue.
As that is our code upon these vessels.
What if we make them come to us by accident? Like, we have 2 ships. We have a smaller looking ship. We could send up distress signals and hide the other ship before it comes. I'm just trying to say they have a very large ship, and I would be very surprised if they don't have enough stock to take care of such a large ship.
Well, we'll need a good place to ambush them if we want to ambush them. And we're going to a pirate fortress that your friend found out about. So what if we go to the pirate fortress and then lay our trap at the pirate fortress, where they will be none the wiser to the fact that we are in charge of, presumably, its conveniently hidden pirate cove that I'm imagining it has.
Right. I mean, they know we have 2 ships, right? I mean, they saw us hit the road, so they know we have 2 ships. So like,
they could assume that we broke off. I mean,
yeah. I mean, but these pirates have to be smart. I mean, they got a big ass boat. Red Brotherhood's got a good reputation. I mean, they gotta be semi-intelligent to be able to hang around here. But I think you're onto something here. We could use that pirate fort, especially if it's got some old fortifications and cannons. I mean, we could set up some sort of trap. But we don't know what the layout looks like of that cove. I mean, do we have somebody on board that does?
Caitlin, has your man been there himself?
I will gesture, kind of like uneasily, because I don't know how much I want him to share. Only because I'm like, I am also uneased right now because I have. Caitlin is very paranoid of everyone. So, being that he's already been paid, she will.
In part, right? He only got 20% of his pay from you.
I thought he requested all his pay.
No, because you haggled him down, right? He demanded 5. You said yes to 5. He said I wanted all up front. He said no, and you talked him down to 1. 1 up front, and 4 once you get to the destination.
Oh, okay. Well, then I took the 4 off just prematurely. That's fine then. Perfect. Okay, that makes Caitlin feel so much better. Because if he had already full 5, there's nothing that stops him from retreating or turning traitor. Okay. So yeah, I call Xanthes over and I say, make sure you go into grave detail. I want you to make yourself look extremely valuable to these people.
Yes, Mom. He takes his hat off and he kind of puts it in front. He's like, what would you have of me? What kind of information do you need?
What kind of fortifications and pudding does the fortress have? Is there any way to conceal a ship as foes approach? Any place to mount siege weapons?
So the not particularly, sir. He normally this captain would careen his vessel on the sands. They're very, very nice shores, very nice bay to do so. Careen the ships, or he would anchor in the bay, and then you actually have to go inland through some swamp, and then there are these massive like rock formations that he set it up in and connected them with bridges. When I was last there was no defenses on the areas, but the thing is that for defense there would be archers on the walkways, and there's only one major route into, aside from climbing, and the walls are very sheer on these rock faces. So there's only one basically way up, and half a dozen men could hold it forever.
All right. I would look at Caitlin and to see how she feels about that.
She gives like a very confident smile that says, before saying, but, I mean, it is ultimately up to you, too. Surely, if we could get 2 capers in one, and not to mention, no one would know, no one would be the wiser.
All right, well, that island isn't going to work for the ambush. If we can think of another place to mount the ambush from, then I say we just put it to a simple vote. But where do you propose we hide the other ship, presumably the Reaver, while we bait them into a little bit of a tickling match?
So, Lambro, I'd like to point out too, just based on your experience with the ships and raiding and whatnot, you're pretty sure that ship may be out of your class, even with 2 ships. So unless you are able to really, pull through and use all of your abilities, it's going to, and even then it's going to be a tough fight, because remember that most of these battles take place in boarding. Right now, you have how many Marines?
About
Like 3 squads?
Yeah, like 3
maybe.
squads, right?
And they
Yeah,
have
you do.
90.
And they could have very well. So I just want to, I'm pointing this out. I will let you do whatever you want to do, right? And I will murder you one way or another. But this ship, as Kelmick saw it, Kelmick and actually Aaron saw it, was wasn't a galley. Sorry, I think it's a galleon. Let me double check.
Galleon.
Yeah, you said it was a
galleon.
Yeah, it's a galleon.
Yeah.
It's
And
a fucking big frigate.
Could we take him if we still have the Grim Argosian?
It has a crew of 60
All right.
with ability to carry 40 more, and your Carrick, which was a crew of 30. So it's basically double the size of the Grim Argosian.
All right.
The galleons have a
She's
really
one
hard
big bitch.
time turning, and they have a horrible time moving in small places.
That's very true.
So being with the description in tight quarters, if we could get them to get into that cove, they are fucked.
Fair enough. So we keep heading for the island, and if they follow us, we'll ambush them in the cove.
Right,
My only-
but we're gonna see
My only worry is if we meet them leaving here, then we could be in deeper trouble. Because if we catch them out to sea, then we have no advantages at that point, and then it is just running.
All right.
we already got the
Let's
speed
head.
on them right now.
Let's keep heading east, but we will head southeast towards the small island to our southeast. And then, losing no time as we continue headed east, we will divert to Treasure Island. If they come upon us as we are near the small island, we will use the shallows of our drafts to our advantage against them. If they catch us at Pirate Island, we'll also use the shallow draft of our vessels at our advantage. And then when we return, rather than heading west, we will head further east to that other island and catch them upon the shallows, and then reemerge from the south. And if they've managed to follow us that whole way and we haven't noticed them, we are bad pirates.
This is not a battle we can take head to head.
Or your GM just fucking hates you really bad.
I just want to point out
And that
its
too.
its mast is huge, so we're gonna have to find a height advantage on, hopefully in the fortifications there's some sort of nest that we could, put Kelmick on. Otherwise, it's gonna spot us.
Fortifications are too far inland at our pirate fortress, but if we could convince them, I mean, if they came to land, we could take them, but I don't think they have any reason to.
No.
It seems to me like they're just out sea reaving. They just wanted to steal our catch. They took our catch. We fucked off. I doubt they much mind.
So-
If they do pursue us, we will be able to lose them in the shallows by taking the island path outlined.
Right. Like, I'm thinking, so it has the sight advantage. It has the power advantage, right? We have the
Yes.
maneuverability and the speed. So
Yes.
we could get the ship around the island here and wait for it to spot us, while having one of the other ships behind the island ready to come around.
We'll wait, assuming that they are going to come for us.
Right,
And
we are
that-
assuming that.
And they also know that we have 2 ships together, so they could be expecting an ambush.
Right, I'm sure, but if we have our ass still pointed away from them like we're still running away, they might be none the wiser.
Point is, I say we veer through some islands, staying near some shallows where we can, so that we are well defended if they come after us. And if they don't come after us, we will have gone to a treasure island, gotten the booty, and then go sell it. And then we can begin to research what the Red Brotherhood might have wanted with a Zingaran whaling ship, or, worst case scenario, us, once we are at some port where we have unlimited ourselves of treasures.
Worst case scenario, if they don't. Best case scenario, if they don't chase us, we're fine. We get the treasure. We're gone. Worst case scenario, if they chase us, I mean, we can pretend to be retreating, like they're catching us with our pants down. Pinch them in this little island area here, with as long as we stay in this shallow water. You're right. We got to stay in this shallow water.
Don't forget that the Cog is also a deep draft ship. Not nearly as deep draft as a galleon, but it is a deep draft.
Right.
And if we get it in close to the shallows, again, assuming fate is on our hands, we can't take them. You may have to ram them, and we can take what floats.
Right.
We'll have to go for the ramming maneuver.
That is why I was hoping to use the cog as the bait and the smaller ship as the interest because of how fast it is.
Yes, with the oar.
Okay, so I look to the rest of the crew. We could debate all day. Fausto, what say you?
I am behind you, Captain, in whatever you decide.
Where was Fausto, by the way, during all of this?
So just at the beginning of this conversation, one of the doors down to the lower deck probably would have opened up, and there would be a wafting of the smell of incense as he walks out, and probably some fresh body paint on him from whatever rituals and meditations he was doing down below.
Was he like, what's happening? Why, what happened? Did we stop?
Yeah, pretty much.
And Gannis?
So this last week, Gannis was feeling under the weather, and he was mostly in his quarters, and he attributed it to whatever Fausto does in the dark. But during this whole conversation, he's just kind of been staring at the ballista longingly, ready to try his hand at using it again. So when the captain asks him, he turns and he just kind of shrugs and agrees that he'll follow the captain.
And Kelmick?
My word follows behind Captain Cord.
Then let us make sail to the east.
Right. We'll sail to the east. We'll find this treasure, and if they should give chase, we shall ambush them. So it is.
Aye. So it is. See you on the morrow.
On the morrow. And I return to my ship, and I'm like, all right then, no time to lay about. Southeast.
And I would do the same. Those of you who need rest, make rest. So since it's night, I would
I'm sleeping.
look at Xanthes and be like, you'll take us directly east. And I would take, which one did I give the lookout info stuff to? Is that Hamad?
I believe so. I don't think we ever finished talking about that either.
Oh, okay.
Where's my estranged brother sleeping as well?
He's on the ship. I don't know. What are you doing with
Anthony is Banthus is supposed to be watching.
It's Anthony.
Anthony.
No H.
Anthony is Banthus is supposed to be watching Anthony. Banthus has been assigned to Anthony watch. Anthony.
Like Mark Anthony.
Okay, so yeah, I would have Hamid would be the one that was trained as to being the lookout.
Okay. So it's almost as if the gods became angry with you taking so long and talking with one another in the middle of the ocean, because the you start to see in the distance, probably Kelmick is the first one to see it, you start to see thunderheads heading in your direction. It's going to be a rather rough voyage. Aaron, I will let you go ahead and do your sailing roll, but it's going to be at difficulty 2.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's nighttime.
No, I'm not going to worry about that, right? We're going to do
All right.
we're going to do time go.
Oh, okay.
And thank you for the follow. We
So to make sure I
appreciate
don't want
that.
to cheat.
Thank you, Chuck.
Yep, thanks Chuck from
Thanks, Chuck.
I lost the name. I'm so sorry.
DM Chuck.
From Defenders of Kobol. Let's see here. And Pirate NPC Sea Reaver. Nuru. Move it.
Oh, what a
What
yeah.
You knew he was a champ, can I just say?
Nice.
Also,
Wow.
nice.
So you you managed to kind of skirt around these thunderheads as they start to try to move into it. You managed to grab onto the tail end of it and kind of push you forward. So we're gonna go ahead and move 1, 2. I'm gonna knock down 1 day of food, 1 day of water. Let's see here. Food and grog. All right, so continuing on, which way are you heading? By the way, I believe I said that the bay's over here on this one.
Yeah, I think you said that our bay was going to be waiting for us in the south.
Okay.
Affirmative.
All right, go ahead and do your roll.
Oh, God.
Jeez. Cord, shut up.
Yeah, Cord, jeez. Yeah, Cord, go ahead, do your roll. Difficulty 2 still, you're kind of hanging on the tail end of it.
Another sailing row, you said, sorry.
How far
Yes,
out
sir.
from the island are we, you think?
2 days.
Can we see it? Oh, okay, then we wouldn't be able to see it.
No, it's probably still a good distance off, especially trying to skirt this storm.
Yeah.
I'm spending momentum. Just 1.
Okay.
Just in case. Just in case.
Oh, yucky. And so,
Do you have
Nuru
a talent to re-roll that?
Do I? I might.
You're a sailor, you might.
Good catch.
I am. You can re-roll 1. I can reduce the difficulty by 1. So.
Well, then that's not a failure; it's a success. But you also triggered a complication.
Right. It's a success complication. That's better than nothing. You know.
Let's take a gander at complication. Well, let's see.
I can re-roll.
Just
I can't.
scratch.
I'm a sailor.
Ignore that.
Cord,
Sorry, I put the wrong button.
Just a tip?
Cord, what are you doing?
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm fucking up, guys.
Mama.
I'm re-rolling the complication. All right.
Okay.
Not a complication.
Unfortunately, due to the shallow draft of the Sea Reaver, you're not really able to make too much forward momentum today. In fact, this is kind of where you're stuck. Your forward momentum is just completely lost. I'm not going to have anything bad happen because of your success. But you're just trying to keep with Nuru and trying to keep everything going. You don't make any forward momentum. Next day, as the next day rises, since you erased that complication, we're going to say that the storm passes. And let's see how the weather is today. Would anybody like to roll to see how the weather is? I'll take a volunteer.
Sure.
Okay, so roll 1d20, please.
Let our shaman throw the bones.
Blow on it.
There she
7.
blows.
Let me go back to my normal ship creek here. Now the rains have stopped. And I bless the rains down in Baraka Isles. Let's see. And Piracy. Where is my... I actually think I need physical book for this. Sorry, give me a second. Page. Use cargo. Battle axe. There we go. Choppy waters, but not as severe as a storm. It's disturbed. The water's angry. It's probably due to the passing of this storm. So we're back at a difficulty 1 for the sailing roll. Would you like to roll first, Aaron? And perhaps you could feed Nura a little bit of momentum if you pass.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. All right, so there's no bad weather, you said, right?
Correct. So you're going to roll at a difficulty 1 now.
That's better.
Okay. And would you pass off any of that momentum to her?
Give her 1. Yeah. Okay. She could use the 1.
Okay. So I'll bank that other one, and I'm going to increase the doom by 1. It'll knock it down after I do this roll. Let's see here. Movements. And I will look at what just happened here in a second. I got nice noise. I like that. Oh,
we got a follow from 13 unnamed 13. Thank you for that.
Thank you for the follow, unnamed 1313. Nice. So you guys are able to make it all the way to the bay, and so you begin to kind of come around the bottom of this. Sorry, I need to change here. Pause that. There we go. So even though the seas are choppy, everyone kind of gets involved with the knowing that the food's running a little low and it's time to get to the destination. Aaron really leads the way on this, and Nuru's able to kind of follow in his wake. And you round the bend of this island that it just looks full of, palm trees and just thick vegetation, bamboo. And what was that? And a sub from Tabletop Tony. Thank you for the sub, sir. We really appreciate that. That's what we use to kind of keep our artwork in play and, help pay some of this stuff. You're a handsome man. Thank you. Or woman, whatever you might be. I've known a female Tony before.
Thank you, Tabletop Tony.
Thank you, Tabletop Tony. You are a winner in every book. You round this corner, and this island is very thick vegetation. By guess that you would imagine that people don't normally go here because there's nothing here, right? If there was arid land to plant sugarcane, it would already be there. If there was, a nice defensible area, it would already be there. But you can already see the beginnings of a swamp, and people don't like swamps. They kind of sink, right? Stuff sinks in them. There's weird animals running around, weird diseases, all kinds of fun stuff. But you see this small inlet bay, and in that bay is a careened ship. And even from a distance, you can tell that it is beyond repair. It looks as if it's rotting.
Okay.
Black gods. Galmic, what do you see? Give me eyes on everything.
Yes, Captain.
Oh.
Kelmick, you didn't have a stroke, right?
No. I'm looking for
observation.
My little Kelmac man.
He's all the way down at the bottom. And if you go to the little actors directory, it's under player characters. Or if you scroll down to the bottom of the map, he is not there because you had to take your leave for a little bit. Let me get you out there. There you go, buddy.
Pop him out.
Knock him out the box, Luke.
Oh. All right.
Gannis
is breaking free. Gannis is exiting the Matrix.
I want to break free.
I could see
Almost
the GM's mouse over me as I moved around.
Almost got it?
Yeah.
And
this is
should be going.
taking a real hard look. Taking a real hard look. I'm squinting.
Squinting really hard, looking through your stolen spotting glass. You want to spend both of those momentums on what you see?
Yeah.
So the ship that you see that is careened in this bay is it's a carrack. It's fairly big, but all of the planks are covered in this like moss-like growth. There's holes throughout the ship. The sails are completely just ragged and gone. If you saw this thing floating on the water, you would think it'd be a ghost ship, or somebody would sneeze on it hard and it would just sink to the bottom. The nails that you can see sticking out of it are all rusted and pitted. As you look along the shoreline, you can see that the trees are thick as you go in, but that there's swamp behind it. The other thing you notice is that there's no movement, right? This ship was brought up on shore, it was lashed down to the trees, and it's been there. But there's no movement on shore, nothing. You can't see anything, not even like normal animals that you would expect to be moving around.
Well, Cap, that ship, it looks like it's been here for a long time. The vegetation growing through it, but I don't know. Doesn't seem to be much life.
A sad seaman's grave.
And so, Caitlin's man comes walking up, and he kind of like stands at the bow of the ship, and he's looking out, and he's like that's the Sea Hunter.
I'm sorry. Explain yourself.
The ship. More. The ship. That's the ship I was on.
What happened to it?
It wasn't like that the last time I saw. I have no idea.
When did it go back?
I've been gone. I don't keep track of time very well, but it's within a month or two that I left.
Fausto.
Well, several months. Sorry, not a month or two. Maybe like 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does plant grow that fast?
I mean, that's
that's kind of the thing, right? This vegetation should not be there.
This reeks of sorcery. I'd like to try and cast a commune with the wild.
Okay.
To summon some birds or something from the island to communicate.
Spend the vigor and roll it away. It's going to be a difficulty 2 on this one.
All right. Resolve, right? Not vigor.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah, you're correct. Resolve.
This one is 1 resolve. All right. Let's see, sorcery, and you said difficulty 2?
Yes, sir. So you reach out to the edges of the island, right? And the only thing that you're kind of picking up on is a few non-Claudius crabs, right? Like that seems to be like the only thing that you're reaching out to. Even the waters around you don't seem to have much in the way of fish life. Like nothing is really responding to your call. And that strikes you as strange, right? You put in the effort, you know you were successful. You know if there was something there, it would have came to you. No birds respond to your call. The crabs you see them kind of skittering along the shore back and forth, like they want to all come together and do a dance or something. But like that's it, and even those are few and far in between.
Do I get any sense of magics or sorcery here?
Do a sorcery check.
Detect magic?
Yeah, basically. Difficulty 1. You get how do you want to spend that momentum?
There's I can't remember the exact momentum spend, but basically
gather info. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
You get a sense of decay from this island. Almost as if the swamp, there's something just odd about the swamp. And this is going to sound stupid, so let me get through it first. It's unnatural. In other words, you know that swamps, you know that swamps have power to them, and that they sometimes the spirits of the dead are harbored there, and that the fairy lights are harbored there, and there's all these weird creatures that live in these. But there's something unnatural that came here later and has changed things, and it's almost like it's creeping out from the center of the island.
There is something unnatural within this island. There is an increased rate of decay, unlike I've seen in any other swamp.
Based on your experience, what does that tell you? I do not understand your arts.
I can only tell you so much. I know that there is something dangerous on that island. There's a lack of wildlife here. It reeks of death.
I would send a flag up to Cord to slide into the bay, but make sure it's safe, as I don't want him running aground, and I don't want us running aground if we move in there as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Gannis, Gannis, be sure nothing's gone awry with our ship. Something strikes me foul about all this. And I'm gonna give the order to slowly bring us into the bay, not going up on the ground.
So, your sailors drop sail. They wrap up the sail, and the rowers start to kind of pull you in. Very very light beat from Baraka Slim, and it just slowly kind of creep your ship in. And one of the sailors is on point with the rope. He's checking everything, and he pulls up, tells you it's sanded broken shell. You got like 1 or 2 fathoms, and then as you kind of creep in further and further, you get to a place where it'd be fairly easy to send launches up to the island itself, and there doesn't seem to be any barriers or anything.
All right.
Nothing hazardous.
All right, I'll stop it here, and I will see if Gannis's inspection turns up anything. Because I'm very paranoid about weird things happening to ships after, a certain incident.
What? So yeah, after what Cord said and after the weirdness with the other ship, I guess Gannis would just kind of be walking the deck looking around, see if anything's going off yet.
No, nothing strange is happening with your ship, at least at this moment. No nails are pulling themselves out. No weird rats are eating your food. Nothing like that.
Then Gannis would just look at Cord and say, "Nothing. I don't see anything."
Fair enough. And we signal the all clear. And
I'm gonna call Xanthes over for a minute, just hanging over the railing, just looking at this direction. But I'm gonna talk in a very low tone, as if just between me and him, and say, "So I remember you were saying that there was a book that was on this ship. When you said your pirate captain went a little bit insane, can you give me details on the insane behavior?"
He just kept talking about the dead and bringing back the dead, and that he was the one to do it, and he would rule. That's all he kept saying. He sounded like one of those Setites. It was insane.
Interesting.
I would order the...
There's a little bit of time where she's trying to contemplate how to drop this news and how to say it without it seeming like she's put anyone in danger, because the last thing she wants to feel is like she's lost her footing. So
screwed the pooch.
Yeah, so she is going to look back at the captain, right? Because she's still technically on deck. our ship, luckily. So I look over at Lambro, and currently Faustos is still technically on our deck, right, as well?
Yep.
There is something else I would like to make sure that we're aware of before we go on to shore.
You may speak. Speak away.
There is a very important artifact. You were magic inclined, is that correct, Fausto?
You could say that.
Well, there is rumor that the captain who used to maintain this ship went a little crazy after getting hold of a book. From what I've gathered with the information, it's possible it's a very powerful book. Either his brain could not comprehend and it took over him, or maybe he was able to maintain it. I'm going to go with the latter, being that the ship is down in the water. Nevertheless, I would recommend that we take this very cautiously. Understand that most rumors are myths, but I'd rather not deal with... No offense, Fausto, but I don't really trust casters very much. They are not something you want to have surprise you.
The feeling is mutual. What is the name of this tome?
There is nothing to rumors to let you know what. Or I would give you more. All that the rumors said was he went a little stir crazy and thought of ambitious things as bringing back the dead.
Interesting. It sounds as though his mind was too feeble for such power.
I would agree, but like I said, these are stories that most sailors tell each other to grant fear. So it is possible it is just folklore. But being this close to the ship and you saying that there is possibility in it, I will take your word. And if it is true, and you being good with magic would notice that there's possibility, we probably take things a little bit slower than normal.
If this book is discovered, is there a way to contain its power, Fausto? Is there something we can construct?
There is always a way. I will look into it and consult my texts.
Are we close enough?
It is possible that this captain took this tome, sacrificed his crew and the ship, and is somewhere on the island now. We must be careful.
Now, this is just a simple question, and being that I don't know the extent of your powers, I just want to make sure clear wise. You wouldn't be perhaps ability to speak with dead, right? That isn't normally in your fancy bag of fur and stuff.
Not currently.
Okay, well, just it was an offer. Try. What the?
GM, would I have any sort of knowledge of tomes that I have this subject of raising the dead?
An early version of the Necronomicon would probably be very similar to that.
Okay.
The Necronomicon.
Because we are still in a cycle before all of that. It's very likely that it's some type of a book similar to that, but just calling on some of the ancient ones or some of the old ones to do these things. And if somebody reads that is weak of mind, yes, they gain the power, but they also lose their mind.
Yep. Okay.
And just that I know that you're very partial to your crab, right? It's very, very important to you, and I would never suggest something dangerous happen to your crab. But We do have a fine feathered friend, yes, that maybe could go into the air and do a... I just would say you would maybe do a little bit of scouting before we go on the ship. Not that I'm a coward, I'm just saying that it was probably the best option.
It's best to know all angles and options before going a sea or shore.
I assume we bring up the ships in parallel park at this point and like do a little...
Yeah, I would ask that when we parallel park, we both face out towards the bay, and you, Cord, being just a little bit forward in case we have to move or act at this point.
In case we got GTFO.
Yeah, and I would look to you and be like, let us send a scout in the air.
By the air, and I look at Gannis because I know we only got one aerial unit at this moment.
Aerial.
Not again, please.
Jesus,
Oh,
guys.
I'm covered up.
Thanks. I hope you got your pasties on.
Would Gannis be on a level with the parrot?
Oh no, Gannis, you guys, the bird's like, fuck you, you know, like it's your friend. It's your friend. But I mean, I would be willing to give Fausto one question based on his success from his previous role, not have to spend any more resolve to cast the spell again. If you'd be willing to send your bird out.
Yeah, I'd be willing to send it if Fausto can get that kind of controller information from it.
It would definitely be looking to you like, you're really gonna let this guy talk to me? Like but if you're like, you know, go on, buddy, it's okay, you know, blessings, with all the blessings that she would be willing to go and come back and answer a single question for Fausto.
Yeah, I would give Polly a cracker with the promise of another.
Thank you.
If I get one question, I guess I would relay in bird speak to it that I want to know.
If you're going to do that, I need bird speak.
Well, I am not as trained as Fausto would be, so.
Well, I want to hear it. Come on, man. Come on, Iago, man.
I like how an elephant sounds.
Go fly to the island!
Yeah, it'd be exactly like that.
So the bird takes off and it kind of wheels around, and you see its red feathers head off into the distance, and it stays above the trees, and it's probably, 30 minutes before it comes back, and it looks uncomfortable.
It's seen some shit, man.
Yeah, like literally, that's the best way to say it. Its feathers are ruffled. It lands with Gannis, right? It lands with Gannis, and then it doesn't seem to want to speak to you right away. And it kind of pecks at itself, and it kind of finally gets a hold of itself, and it tells you that there is a fort made of rocks and crabs. Do you need me to do bird speak for that?
No.
Okay.
Birds and rocks and crabs.
Crabs! Many crabs!
All right. Cord. It's time we go ashore.
Yeah.
What I want is we're going to leave a crew on each ship. We need a way to be signaled should friends join us.
Yes.
Don't know if our ballistas can launch a flaming arrow into the air.
You got that big old ball of shit.
That's a last resort weapon or a big danger.
Yeah, I mean, I would
it's
say
a big danger if we're not on ship and ship shows up.
I mean, I would say have them start a brush fire, like fucking.
It's a swamp. It's
right, but so there's very thick vegetation all along the coast, right?
Yeah, but green doesn't burn, my friend. It takes a lot.
True.
And this is all green. I mean, you might be able to catch that ship on fire pretty easy, because it's now that you're closer, you can see that its wood is rotted.
Huh. Yeah, I'll be like, oh yeah, no, sure. I'm like, if you really need us to light that fucking ship on fire, we'll come running.
Yeah.
We should have book it.
Do you have any way of growing the vegetation to the entrance of the bay with your powers to keep a ship from entering? Like it's so thick, it's got 2 seas and no ship would be able to enter.
I do not, Captain. My domain is with the animals and not the plants, not the vegetation.
Was it you that brought the whales?
No, that was Aaron with his there goes my hero. Right on the back of whales and dolphins flying across the sea.
Yeah, but no one's gonna give credit. No one's gonna give Aaron credit for that.
Wow.
We're like, oh yeah, it must have been Fausto.
What about
showed up?
Can you get an animal to patrol around the area and notify you or communicate with you should something show up?
I have already attempted this, Captain. Everything here is dead. Except for crabs in the distance.
Crabs.
I'm having trouble reaching.
Why crabs in particular?
All right.
I do not know.
Is it possible that maybe we could I don't want to sound like I'm greedy or nothing, but there is a ship in front of us. Is it possible that we could maybe pull that up out of the water for a little bit just to see what's on it? Because to see if there's any dead.
Are you talking about the sea hunter? That's careened on the shore. It's actually laying on its side on the shore, all roped up.
All right, let's go ashore. Take a look through that rotted out ship, and maybe we'll get a clue as to what happened here. After that's into the fort. Come on. What are we afraid of? Some ghost stories and?
No, that is what we're going to do.
With a book. We'll smash any crab that gets in our way. No offense, Claudius.
Xanthius, can you go get Vanthus and Anthony? What the one with the baby face?
He goes and gets him.
Which one? Who did he get? Did he get me? I dare that motherfucker to come at me.
You were not supposed to watch this one. You were supposed to watch the other one. They look alike. That was the point.
Where is it? I gotta find him. Where is he? I lost him. There he is. There they are, in all their glory. They look so much alike.
So does he bring me the right one?
First he goes and he looks like he's gonna go to Aaron, but then he realizes that he has Anthony tied up, and is like, wait a minute, I didn't tie this one up. So he heads and goes and grabs Anthony. Yeah.
Is there like an awkward silent stare for a minute? Like Aaron doesn't.
I don't know. You guys,
staring?
yeah. What's happening as these two? Look, they dance in tandem. Like what happens whenever you see your long lost possible twin, your doppelganger? What do you do, Aaron?
What do I do?
Yeah.
So like, is he being taken away now?
He's being taken up and roped up with his hands like this, right, to Caitlin.
I see. Hey, big guy! I'm talking to the guy taking the dude.
Yeah.
Hey, before you take him,
what the hell? He looks between you and him, and he's like, "What? What do you want?"
I just need to talk to him for a minute.
Okay, go.
Yeah, can you move around there for a second?
Okay, and he steps back, but he's got a hand on his, because he hasn't got much. He's got a dagger, and he's got his hand on it just in case he needs to stab Anthony if he goes at you.
Hey, kid.
Hey, kid? Who are you calling kid? You're the kid. Look at you.
No, you're like, how old are you anyway?
I'm 19. How old are you?
Well, I'm like 23.
No, you're not. You're not 23. You look like you're 5.
No, you look like you're 5, kid.
You look like you're 5.
All right, listen, I sail a fucking ship. What do you do, buddy?
You know what? I was sailing a ship before I got picked up by all these buffoons.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's something we both have in common.
Yeah, I kind of see that. It's like it's like looking in a fucking mirror.
No, no, I'm definitely more handsome.
I don't really think so. I think I'm actually by far more handsome.
What the fuck is going on?
Lambro? Cap?
That's the name of your captain, Lambro? What kind of name is that?
I'm gonna step on his toe.
Ow! What the hell, man?
Hey, shut up.
Okay.
Hey, doesn't this guy kind of look like me?
Yeah, that is why he was taken.
Well, what the hell is the idea with that? Like, isn't that kind of weird?
I mean, maybe they just wanted somebody better looking than you on ship.
Well, I guess if...
step on his toes again.
Ow! Dude, come on, man. Not dude, he doesn't say dude. Matey, stop it!
Matey? So what does that mean? Is this... I mean, you know, I don't know. I didn't have any siblings growing up.
Well, my dad taught me everything he knew about sailing, and he's from Zingara. Where are you from?
My dad also taught me everything I know about sailing, and he also is from Zingara.
I don't believe you. Shut up. Okay, what do you want? What do you want?
Just take it easy. All right.
Okay.
Don't fucking step out of line like you've been doing so far.
I haven't done anything, man.
Keep your mouth shut, and you'll stay alive. All right.
Okay. All right.
I don't want to see you fucking making a mistake.
I won't.
All right.
I won't.
All right. All right. That's all. All right, big guy, you can take him.
All right. And so the guy comes back and he starts pushing. He kind of like looks like he's about to shove Aaron, and then he's like, wait, okay, Anthony, and he kind of shoves him forward.
We don't look that much alike, dude. Come on.
Yes.
I mean,
and he looks at you, he's like, you two look like twins, and he kind of pushes him forward towards Caitlin.
That's fucked up. I don't know how to feel about this. I'm gonna have an existential crisis. All right.
It took you a little bit longer than I expected to bring him.
This man's. I didn't realize that other guy looked exactly like him. Like it was ridiculous.
It is very uncanny how perfect it is. So your name is Anthony.
My name's Anthony. I already told you that.
You know, it's hard to remember people I don't care about. So make sure that I want to care about you so I remember your name easier. We're about to go on to land where it is possible there could be, you know, undead people, maybe dead people.
Undead people? Dead people?
Yeah, and you're pretty loud. So my thing is if you keep talking as loud as you are, I'm going to use you as a distraction. So
why am I going on shore? Shouldn't you guys just be going on shore? What am I going to do with my hands tied?
So you feed the wolves something you don't care about. And remember, what is your name again? Andrew?
You know what my name is. I don't like that.
That's good. That's good. Like I said.
That's a good name, by the way.
I want you to make sure that every time you take a step on the shore, you remember that if you are not needed, you could be needed in a different way.
I don't even know what that means.
I know.
I can sail a ship. What more do you need?
I know, but your long lost twin can also sail a ship, and as long as he's not aboard, I'll say he probably does it a little bit better than you. But as long as he is not on deck, then you know, you're really not as useful if you think about it. So I would start making that list, Anthony, as something that you can do to make yourself useful here, you know, other than being, I don't know, a distraction, a martyr, or something to edible.
I can't help it that I'm this good looking, okay? Like, I can't help that that's a distraction. I'm sorry. No,
it's great. It's great. It'll be great.
Listen, my dad taught me how to sail. He didn't teach me how to fight or go on shore. Like, I don't spend my time. I spend all my time. Like,
interesting.
I think his dad was busy running class for a few. Couldn't deal with the more advanced lessons for the whole litter.
What is your dad's name by chance?
I'm not telling you my dad's name.
Oh, okay, good. Then we won't have to worry about sending any sad things back home. Okay,
Send a sad thing to you back.
Oh, do you? I look over at Banthus and I say, give him a little bit of a threat.
He says he looks at you like, give him a threat, and he looks over at Anthony and he cuffs him up against the back of the head. And he's like, what did I do? And he's like, if you don't shut your mouth, the next one's in your stomach.
There
he looks
you
at
go.
him like what?
So the plan was originally, Captain, that we bring this one along, as an offering to maybe the
offering.
What? You are so slow. How old are you again?
23.
Oh, that is. You know what? That checks.
You've heard the
checks.
lady. Until you prove your worth, you're bait.
How am I an offering? How am I supposed to show myself as an offering and die to prove myself? That doesn't even make any sense.
Oh, it makes perfect sense to me. Can you please? Can you please, does anyone have a sock? Something that we can put. Yeah, something like that we can put in his mouth. He's starting to frustrate me.
Well, let's gather up our men, gear, and let's go ashore.
All right, who's going ashore?
If they're taking Anthony, I'm going ashore. Sorry, I gotta look out for my long-lost baby bro.
So Dagon's the brace. It'll be the officers and Anthony. I'm gonna leave Alataro there. Sorry.
Okay.
Aaron and Anthony's coming with us. Everybody else is staying. Alataro's Marines. I would look to Cord and I would be like, perhaps Dahab and his men join us.
And I was gonna say, I think we might want. I was so close. I'm like, I think we might want Dahab on the ship. He's a very loyal man who follows procedure, and not all pirates are known to do so. So, if we want someone who's going to hold for us in case of a flighty sight, I'd rather Dahab and his men be there. He's been known to hold down the fort. I'll bring my Marines and provide any security. I mean, everything's dead. What are we gonna do? Run into a crab? Find some literature?
I like to be safe.
Ah, yes.
All the men and women need to come back alive.
So yeah, that's who I'm bringing. Then Alataro. So just officers from my ship.
Yep. I will, unless I would tell Dahab to stay, unless you want to bring Dahab. But
No, that's why I asked you. I'm always looking for counsel from.
I'm just bringing the PCs. I'm bringing the PCs and my boys, so my personal Marines.
Sounds good. Okay, so give me 1 second here. Is Claudius going?
Yeah.
Okay, and so your Marines, Cord, are going to be in the same place as you. So I'll handle all their hits and everything on a second.
I will throw a Pokeball in the event of danger, and they will pop out. Also, I love your nails, Millie. I just noticed you have the alternating colors. Killer.
Thank you.
So you head to shore. You leave everyone else behind. You take your Marines with you. The PCs go, and you make it to shore. No problem. It's almost disquieting how quiet it is once you're there. It feels very, very strange. You're used to the creak of rope and the wind and the seas, but as the second that you step on shore, it gets very, very, very quiet.
Kelmick and Cord, you take point. Side note, I would have brought my crossbow, if that's okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget it.
Quack, where's Aaron?
Let me get him.
Quack.
Yeah, I'm geared the fuck up. I'm wearing my mail. I don't really give a shit. I'm clinky and loud, so. But I would say, all right, Kelmick, you take a look around. I'll be by you for a sign of danger. Hide behind me.
You have it. That's fine. It's in your inventory. That's fine. I was like, what crossbow? I don't remember that. But yeah. All right, so you come on shore. You see that ship. Are you doing anything with that busted down ship? Is there anything you want to do before you continue on?
I think we all wanted to do a quick look of it, loot it, just a quick look over.
Kelmick, you want to head in there and do any looting? I haven't heard too much from you today, Kelmick. I want to get you doing some stuff.
Yeah. Why don't we take a look?
So, Kelmick, your knowledge of ships, how are you going through the ship? Like, what are you doing? Like, it's laying on its side, right? It's at an angle, so all the decks are at an angle. There's a big old hole that you could basically walk through to go to the lower decks. It is in terrible shape, and it's just rotting way faster than it should be.
All right, so Kelmek's going to walk up to the hull of the ship, and he's gonna crawl on top of it, and he's gonna start walking, but his feet are gonna start like falling through some rotten parts of the ship.
I was about to say, yeah, that happens.
So he's gonna get down on all fours and start crawling on this thing as fast as he can, and he's gonna look through all the little cracks and crevices in all the spots inside the ship.
So yeah, you golem your way through there, and it's you find treasure that is tarnished and falls away into dust in your hands. You find food that has been rotted away as if it's been there for years. You find water that has putrid growth inside of it. You find rum that has turned completely into just acetone. Well, it'd be ethanol, not acetone, sorry.
Nail polish remover.
Nail polish remover, yeah. Everything here is dead. The things that you find all fall to dust. The clothing you find has long since rotted away. It's all just nasty.
No! Cap! It's all gone! There was so much booty and it's all gone!
Gases.
Look!
And I would say, did you find any bodies? Signs of a struggle?
No.
All right. And come on back if it's worthless. No qualms about burning it now.
I would look to Fausto and would say, can you detect this book? Do you feel its presence that Caitlin was speaking of? Perhaps it's still aboard.
If it's here, it's in the center of the island, in the fortress. That is where I feel this magic working its way through the island.
Aye. Then we make our way, Cord. Kelmick.
We press on.
And where's Gannis in this configuration? I'm assuming he's not up front boy.
Gannis, are you an upfront boy?
I don't. Maybe.
I think you might bring up the rear. I mean, I'm not trying to. I'm down for me and Kelmick scouting party.
He's got a spear, so I guess that doesn't necessarily make him in the front, but
I'd say, yeah, probably stick with the main group, and we'll bring the fight to you if we get jumped. Don't worry. All right.
That works.
So as you guys are kind of standing on shore and you're looking at making your way inward, Anthony is like still bound up. You brought him, right? You wanted to use him as bait. He's like got his hand bound, and he's like, just let me go. At least give me some way to defend myself. I won't. I promise you. I give you my word.
You haven't proven yourself to be useful yet.
I haven't done anything. I've kept my voice down. I've kept my voice down.
Have you kept your voice down?
I have been.
Can I look around for a sharp stick?
Silent and cute. That's all.
You have been silent and cute? I don't think so. I think that we have different ideas on that concept. I tell you what. Well, if you can stay quiet until I'm done counting, then maybe I'll give you a stick. You know, sometimes you have to play stupid games with stupid children.
Not a child.
Okay, I'm counting now.
You're kind of a child, Anthony. I don't want to hear it.
I'm counting now,
Or take
Aaron.
us in.
Don't give him a sword. He might hurt himself.
So you guys begin to tromp through the swamp, and it just immediately, once you kind of get past that initial tree line, the smell of decay and just... Have you guys ever been to the South?
Bro, I'm from Tennessee. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about, right? Shelby, Mississippi was my experience with that, and Paris Island.
Oh yeah, when you get out,
it's nasty, right? It's hot. It's humid. The air feels like this hot, wet blanket wrapped around you. There's this smell, it's awful. And every step just feels like the muck is trying to slurp your boots off. So
nothing on the jungles back home. Let's press on.
It's true. So I'm going to set you guys up. Who's in the front?
I think it's Kalmuk and Cord, but like Kalmuk a little out front.
All right, so I got it paused because I don't want you sneaking around and going all crazy guy.
Mm-hmm. I have a pretty decent observation as well, so I can stay close to the front.
I kind of feel bad that I had blessings out there, but not Aaron.
Yeah, well, I don't.
All right,
when it comes to a level of importance.
All right,
okay,
so
listen, we have a new punching bag. His name's Anthony.
yeah. So I have you three up front right now.
Quiet game. He's playing the quiet game. You'll leave him out of it right now.
You three are up front. So who's coming next?
I will go. I'll go.
Okay, and then
it's up to everybody else. I would look to Fausto and I would say, you put the crab where he feels most useful.
By my side.
That makes sense. Can I ask a small favor of you, Fausto?
Sure, you can ask.
Normally, crazy people start doing stupid stuff like writing stuff and like making, like especially casters. No offense, I don't want to assume, but those who have like crazy powers, they write this stuff. Is it possible that maybe some inscriptions, even if not good ones, might be left in the ship? Not what we would understand, of course, but something that you could maybe part together. We will wait for you, but maybe you go in there, you look around with your magic eyes, and maybe see if you can suss something out.
I would say that Fausto does some very magical eyes. look at the screen, Fausto, so everyone can see him.
With your magic eyes.
I could certainly take a look, but any magic that I feel in this place is radiating from the center of this island.
I'm just wondering if there might be notations that might give you a better idea of what magic you're dealing with. I don't understand. If it came from a book, then that means it is written magic.
Captain, should I take the time for this?
If you feel that you can gain some knowledge from this, yes. Otherwise, if your experience tells you no, then we shall move forward.
All right, then I'm going to spend some time searching the ship for anything, any scraps of, notes or anything like that.
High or
might
low?
Indicate sorcery.
High or low, Fausto?
Go with low.
Do a athletics check.
Oh no!
I'm gonna fall through the floor.
Yeah.
At what difficulty?
Difficulty 1. So you're looking around and you find the captain's quarters, and Yeah, you know what Caitlin was saying is it looks like he was trying to do something in there, but it wasn't done right. Nothing in there really indicated that this is the source of the power. But it looks like you in your experience would know when somebody has no idea how magic actually works and they're trying to do it and trying to just pull on raw chaotic power. And that's what they were doing there. And that's whenever you fall through the floor and you manage to land on your feet, there's a beam right underneath, thankfully. You catch yourself, but that's all the information you're able to get from it.
Okay. Then I would climb out of the ship, dusting myself off, and fall in line somewhere near the back.
Caitlin, where are you?
I'm going to be somewhere in the middle.
Yanis, where are you?
I was going to say the same, but I can also follow the rear, and it's fine.
So if I put you next to Fausto, is that okay? Like that?
He would be a step behind Fausto if possible, because
Okay.
that guy gives him the heebie-jeebies.
He does. And Anthony, Anthony has been quiet. He looks like every single time something happens, he wants to talk, but he has been quiet. Are you going to cut his bonds?
I said until I'm finished counting. I never said how long I would be counting. I never gave a number.
Okay.
I want to at least have a really structured idea that he is going to not go shouting around in dead man's territory, okay?
You have a pretty good feeling that he's not going to do that. He seems to be the shock of seeing a ship where rot has prematurely happened is kind of a culture shock to him.
If I cut his binds, does he look like someone that's going to run?
No, but he looks like the kind of person that would run if you didn't cut his bonds.
Oh, I mean, either way, if he runs with his bonds cut or non-cut, then he's perfect bait.
But yeah, he doesn't look like he'll run if you play ball with him.
Okay, well, I will cut his bonds, but I will make
Thank you.
a very just blatant promise. If you prove that your word is lucid, I will make sure that you are the first one to die on this adventure by my own hands.
You don't have to threaten me. You didn't know this.
I like to make promises. That's how things actually work in the real world. If you get the drift.
Look,
Yes.
lady. Look,
Yes.
lady. Look,
Yes.
lady. Look, lady.
I'm sorry,
I hate
what
the
was my
smell.
name?
I hate the
What is
smell
my
of what.
name?
I don't know. You never told me your name.
I did tell you my name.
No, you didn't. You didn't even know my name. I didn't know your name. How am I supposed to know your name?
I'm
You
sorry,
never
what
told
was... I grabbed the ropes again. What was it?
me. I don't know what your name is. You never told me. You guys kidnapped me off the ship. I didn't even get a chance to talk to anybody.
The name is Caitlin, and you'll be doing your best to use the damn name correctly.
Listen, Kate. Listen. I hate the smell of dead whales. I'm happy to be here.
That's
Okay,
right.
I hate it. Now, just let me be.
That's great. I don't really give a shit.
Jeez, man.
All I
ladies.
care is that you're gonna...
She just keeps. He just walks away while you're talking. He's like, he just goes run into Aaron. He's like, geez, that lady's mean, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Before you came along, I was the punching bag, so get used to it.
Well, fuck. We gotta find somebody younger than us and put him in there and get her to be the punching bag. So
There is somebody on the ship, but we left him there, so.
Kelmick,
Anyway.
you are the first one that sees that the trees begin to thin out while the swamp water kind of is it's going to be about knee high, and you see in the distance several rock formations, and they jut out of the land naturally, but they look like they've been hewn with the hand of man, and connecting these things are rope bridges. And so you should be free to kind of move about now, I believe. You can kind of see the rock formations. You can actually, from where you are, you can kind of see the bridges. You are free to start moving. And you see what appears to be in one of the rock formations where I'm pinging at is an opening.
All right, I'm behind you, Kelmick.
I hope everyone brought their boots.
I apologize. What did you say?
I hope everyone brought their boots.
Oh, okay, I thought you said something else. I was like, that's a little strange to keep in your pocket.
And so you're free to move. Do as you will. Claudius, you should have control. Anthony is staying next to you, Aaron. He is up your...
Yeah.
Yep.
I hope
Do
not.
not have control.
Not literally.
Oh, there it goes. It's a little
It's just it's moving
It's
slow.
very much lag.
Yes.
Ping delay is high.
Wonder what that's caused by. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. God, Fausto, you and Claudius are just overlapping. I'll bring Claudius along. You go, Fausto. I'll follow you.
You might have to move. I don't know if everyone's having this as bad as I am, but it's like...
Yeah,
It's
there's
very
a...
slow. Yes.
Yeah.
That's weird. That was happening
I
with the
press a
Aliens
button and
game,
it moves
too.
5 seconds later.
That was happening with my game, with Aliens. Sometimes it happens with when Aaron's running...
It just took 10 seconds to move forward.
Wow.
So there's a gap toward north, right?
Yeah, he said there was a entrance
Right here.
to our north.
Right there.
Well, honestly, I would just fucking follow wherever Kelm was going. A little ways behind. Wherever he gets up to.
I'm keeping a close eye, more specifically to the ground as we move, in terms of looking for traps or anything that might seem out of the ordinary.
Doesn't look anything out of the ordinary, except for that you're kind of seeing like crates and stuff kind of scattered about, but they're all just so rotted away that there's nothing useful in them.
Okay. Let's make towards that entrance cord.
Aye, well, Calneck, I need to be going for that opening. Spy anything up there?
And I would unlimber my battle axe and sort of, have it over my shoulder and, kind of peer in.
Oh, sorry, Kelmick. So are you guys heading up this way? I can move you if you're getting that much lag. It's surprising you're getting that much lag.
Yeah, you might have to.
Okay, so I'll put Kelmick right here. Is that cool, Kelmick?
Yeah.
I wonder if it has to do with the number of walls. And I'll put Cord right here. Caitlin there. Aaron, you're up front. Anthony's by your side. Lambro behind. Fausto. But it's weird that if I move you, you get to see it instantly, right?
Yes.
It's pretty quick,
pretty much.
yeah.
That's weird. That's so strange. All right, I'll look into that. Sev, I need your help with finding that. So as you start to get up here, Kelmick,
Yes.
make me an observation check at difficulty 3.
Ooh.
Nope, everything's fine, Kelmick. Nothing to worry about.
Okay. Trudge on, I suppose.
There. I'll move all you guys forward, and then once once we kind of get into what's happening here, you guys should be able to start moving on your own because it'll be turn-based. Kelmick, you notice the water around your feet begin to move.
Fishy?
And you start to peer into the water around you, and you see this, like, it's like a white color, almost like bone. And it's kind of like all around, especially like here and here and here and here, and it kind of just looks like it's going like this. The white color is just going like that. I mean, it's very hard to see below the murk, but you can kind of see that there's this white color there, and it's going like this.
Halt! You see that? Look, there's something in the water.
You know, what does it look like?
It's called battle music.
What is it?
It's shaking and it's white. I can't see.
Stab it with your sword.
So the water just bursts upwards, and these hordes of what appears to be the husks of crabs appear out of the water and just start clacking their claws, and water is just spraying everywhere. They're all really small, and they're kind of like piling up on top of each other to get above the water. Oh.
Fausto, these friends of yours.
And so we go into combat. As the Conan rules go, there is no initiative. The players are free to go first.
All right, well, I intend to attack the nearest crab. Anyone want to start cracking stuff before I do, or do anything other than that?
Can I tell, just by looking at it, if these things would be receptive to my sorcery, like commune with the wild or anything?
Give me an observation check at difficulty 1.
Jesus, it's a lot of crab.
Right.
Is that a lot of crab? Is that enough crab? Is that a fire starter worthy crab?
A lot of crab.
Or not fire starter. How do you want to spend? You want to spend that momentum, or you want to bank it?
I'm gonna bank it.
They're dead. There is nothing living here right now. These are dead crabs.
Okay.
Can we kill the dead?
Fat of the land. That's what it was. Is this fat of the land worthy? Is this enough crabs to be fat of the land? I'm asking, is it? Yeah, these are dead. These are dead. And Claudius looks absolutely terrified behind his monocle and hat. Where is his hat?
These crabs are undead. Destroy them.
Oof. All right. And I'm assuming my Marines don't do anything unless I order them to, and I'm not going to spend the action economy. I'm just going to try and kill this thing. The one nearest Kalmyk.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like I'm like
this swarm here,
up,
this swarm
like
here.
I'm trying to the one to the right, of Kalmyk, the one
gotcha.
Yeah, melee range of Kalmyk. I'm just gonna step up here like I'm practicing my fucking strokes. Like this is just another day on the range. I'm trying to put below par.
Roll it.
Yeah, here we fucking go. Well, today was not a below par day.
No, it wasn't. Completely whiff, missing this horde of crabs. A horde of crabs just kind of spreads apart, and you just go through. You whack one aside, and it goes skipping off the water. But other than that, the clacking horde still stands firm.
Oh God.
They're all clacking at actually 160 beats per minute. It's like,
wow.
Who's next?
These are dead crabs.
Dead crabs.
Dead crabs. But do they bleed?
They will die.
Do crabs bleed?
Crabs do bleed.
Crabs do bleed?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we're about to find out because I'm rolling an attack on the nearest crab horde. God fucking damn it.
my friend. So what were you attacking with?
Attacking with my pinky finger.
Okay, so it chops off your pinky finger.
No, I'm kidding. It was a sword.
So your sword happens to just, like, claws just go and, like, just kind of wrap around that thing and knocks it. There's a splash as your sword hits the water.
Anthony, grab my sword. Quick.
And he's like, okay. And he's reaching into the water to try and grab a hold of it.
Can I stop him from actually doing that?
No, it's too late. He's en route.
His wrists come back without hands on them.
I hope not.
And he dives his hand into the water and he comes out and he's like, I got it! And he swings it around. He's like, I can do this!
Control yourself, kid!
We're gonna get killed. I'm gonna take a swing at the crabs. I'm gonna draw my saber and take a swing at this horde here.
Okay, do it.
Oh god, where'd it go? Oh god.
Same thing. These crabs just seem to absorb your blow. Like they just kind of split aside. Your sword hits the silty bottom and just kind of it bucks upwards and it drops into the water.
Oh no.
Fausto?
What the hell?
All right. I'm going to assist Claudius by telling him giving him commands to like pointing out where to kind of aim his claws and snap into this horde and start crunching some of these.
Okay, so
dead crabs.
Do roll 1d20 and compare the score to your animal handling.
Okay, that was a bad roll. Yeah, my animal handling is 10.
Okay, yeah, so you're like, go get him, crab, and he's like, clack, 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 but he just jumps in. Apparently, this is an affront to all crab kind, right? And he is just ripping into these things and smashing them down as they kind of roll over each other and start to try to clack back against him. Fausto, how do you want to spend his momentum before he rolls damage? More damage? Okay.
Yeah.
Details. Why is this not working? Claw. Come on. There it goes. And damage. Bonus. Wow! And so you just see him, he squishes one crab and he kind of throws it into the air and he's trying to grab into other ones and it just doesn't seem to really be doing anything to this horde. Caitlin. Is Caitlin like, this book ain't worth it, see you later? I'm going back to the ship. The ship's mine, I'm the captain now.
They're still alive, so we can't do that. But I'm trying to see where would be the best area of attack. I don't want to get myself on the outskirts of this crab.
Crab mosh pit? The fat of the land mosh pit?
Yeah, I think for gosh. I am I don't have. Damn. We should have brought some oil off the ship. We really
could have had Anthony carry it.
Should have brought some tartar sauce.
Lots of crab oil. Damn. I think I'm gonna hold my action if there is.
Sure.
I'm gonna move up like a little bit just in case something comes up from behind us, but I don't want to come up on the left-hand side just in case, because if that second wave or anything comes up, especially if that second wave comes down, I'll have 2 waves of crabs on me.
Ping where you want to go.
I'm gonna go right here.
Okay, cool.
Just maybe right here.
So you're You're holding your action. Gannis.
Gannis is watching these other people whiff at the crabs, and he's going to do an exploit.
Okay, which horde?
Closest to him.
This one?
Yeah.
Observation?
Observation.
What is...
Oh, God.
What is going on with this? So yeah, you pass the roll. You're gonna be able to do the exploit. I'll punch that into Doom. So exploits. It's been a hot minute since I've seen an exploit. Give me a second here while I grab my little list of actions. Test difficulty, expertise, combat. Distances, swimming. There it was. Exploit, observing foes. Okay, so if I remember right, you add... Okay, so difficulty 1, if it succeeds, the first attack before the end of the next turn gains piercing quality 2, which is good because they have armor 2. And so you're able to do that, but the situation just becomes a little bit more dire due to the everything happening here and the poorness of the situation. And so the first swarm begins to kind of crowd around Kelmick, and he starts to get pinched, or at least they attempt to pinch him from multiple directions as the fat of the land begins to wrap around him.
Stick your butt out, you might like it.
And unfortunately, they just kind of clack around you, and you're kind of pushing them away, like, what the fuck, get off me! And they're just kind of like, and they're not able to get a hold of you, Kelmick. This other horde moves in and begins to try and swarm around Cord with their many tiny claws attack.
How about you reject half-price seafood shells?
Wow, that's hurtful, dude.
Bruh.
And they do hit.
I'm salty.
Do you wish to use a reaction?
No, because those cause doom.
They do cause doom.
They're crabs.
All right,
take me.
So their many tiny claws attack does damage. And we'll pump a doom into that. 2 effects generated, 4 damage total. So you take 1 damage, and it's persistent 2.
What does that mean?
That means that every round, next round you're going to take 2 damage automatically, and then the round after that you take an additional 1.
Because they're causing me to bleed out?
No, because they're kind of like, you just got a bunch of crabs that are just enveloping you, right? And so
if I kill them, it stops.
No, it's a persistent thing. You got to use the action clear or whatever it's called. It is not recover, treatment. It's a hold on, let me look. I can't remember what it's called. Exploit, pass, ready, recover, treatment. Which
it's clear. It's a minor action.
Clear. Ridding self
of an item.
Or from an ongoing condition. So persistent is an ongoing condition, so you got to use clear to get rid of that. And I believe it's a roll. I'll have to take a look. I haven't done a persistent attack in a long ass time. Yeah, clear. Give me a second. Sorry, I just want to look just so I know. Minor actions clear. Yeah, the test is difficulty challenging D2. So, So yeah,
or the rating of the status effect, whichever.
Right, so which is 2 for this one. That's why I was saying it's difficulty 2. So basically the reason why it's persistent is because you got a bunch of these things that are just clanging onto you and just constantly pinching at you with their tiny little claws. The second crowd, or the third crab horde, does not like that Claudius is there and still alive and wants to bring them into the fold of the undead. And so they begin to attack Claudius.
Nothing else good.
Braun, D1. And so that hits. Is Claudius going to try to do any defense?
No.
No? All right, so damage. So Claudius has 2 armor, so that does 1 damage, and he does have the persistence on him. So he is just becoming covered in this horde. In fact, I'm just going to move it over on top of him. And I'm going to move this one over on top of you guys. As they're just kind of snatching at him and clawing at him and pinching him and trying to rip his shell off the top of him. And so we're back to you. Who's going first?
I'm going to pick up my sword.
That is a slow action? No, fast action, I think. Where is it?
Is it? I didn't see it in my quick lists. I just saw drop item.
Draw item. Drawing an item or a weapon. So it's your minor action. So you pick up your sword. Given the murkiness of the water and the crab horde that's all over the place, do an observation check at difficulty 1. As you're reaching in there and pushing all the dirt around. I'll put that in the doom. That's fine. And the momentum goes down 1 because we're in the next round. But you pull it out with a crab hanging off of the end at it and clacking angrily at you as it holds onto there. What are you doing now with your major action?
I too am gonna exploit at these hordes, at the horde closest to me.
Okay, observation. Are you sure you want to do another observation check?
Yeah, I'm good. I got it.
Go for it. Observation difficulty 1. Good. I do the thing. Good. You tell me run, and that's what I do. How you want to spend that momentum?
I'm gathering information.
So these are undead crabs that have an armor, but if you can actually hit them, they're very easy to kill. They just they're very difficult to get a hold of because there's so many of them. But you know that with this many crabs being just out of nowhere, that there's probably more below the surface that could easily pop up.
Okay.
So yeah,
Cord, get us out and get us into that entrance. This is useless. They keep coming.
We press on.
And so you have an exploit on that crab shack on the next round. Who's next? Cord, if you move, they're going to get a... Okay, Kalmik, go for it.
Kalmik wants to go crab stomping.
Crab stomping. How you want to do that as a physical attack, or do you want to do that with a weapon?
Yeah, as a physical attack.
All right, so go ahead and roll melee. Difficulty 1. Good God, why are you guys so... Dude, you guys, it's like we switched roles this time. This is supposed to be like squish, 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 right? No, you're
great on land.
You're stomping away. You're trying to stomp away, and they're just kind of washing out of the way and coming back, and washing out of the way and coming back. And as the waves kind of kick out, once it comes back, all of a sudden it's like these crabs ride onto the surface of these waves, and a whole nother horde just is coming at you. Cord.
All right. So fuck this, fuck that, fuck everything involved.
You are engaged in melee right now, so if you try to pull away, they get basically an attack of opportunity.
So here's what I'm going to do. I would, ask her for forgiveness rather than permission. I'm going to spend the momentum here, and I've got my axe in hand, and I just want to kill fucking crab. Jesus fucking Christ. All right. Boom. Okay.
Wow, how do you want to spend that momentum? You can. So I don't know how. I'm feeling magnanimous today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know about the swift action. So basically, you spend 2 momentum, and you can do another attack at an increased difficulty if you only have 1 weapon in hand.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do? I'll bank 2 momentum, and I'll swift action with 2 of them.
Okay. So go ahead and do your damage on that one first.
All right.
The crabs can't do defensive action.
Cool. Okay, cool. Additionally, due to my talent, I can re-roll one of those. Those are just D6s, right? Or
yes.
How do I roll a single one of them?
I think if you right-click on it, if you right-click on it and you click re-roll selected, it'll re-roll it.
All right, re-roll selected. All right.
So you do a total of 5 damage.
And due to intense on my battle axe, if I deal any damage, I deal an extra 1 damage.
You deal an extra hurt to them. So
yeah.
Tell me about your berserker frenzy through this crab horde.
Corey was just sort of like, you know, whatever. This is a spooky haunted house shit, but I'm not taking this too seriously. Come on, I survived everything that happened down in the Black Coast. Like, what are we gonna find? Holy shit! What are these crabs? Crabs! Oh my god, they're all over me. And he's like, the rage from the pain. He is just like, he was going for like a golf swing initially. Fuck that. At this point, he is just like, he's in the back of the crab shack going ham. Like, these killed his father. And he is just laying about, splashing all over the waves, stepping down, crushing them, slashing around. I am spitting them. I have like 2 or 3 stacked up, cracked on like the tip of the bottom of the battle axe, and I don't like do a wind up. I swipe one way, I swipe the other, but there is no momentum put behind this axe, not designed to destroy a fucking crab.
And so these crabs shatter when you hit them, right? There's no lovelies. I just read Veronique's message. There's no blood. There's no internal organs. These are just basically husks with red glowing eyes. And so, by the way, I did your 2 persistent damage. So you still have that condition. On the next round, you take 1, and then on the next one, you don't take any.
And
give me 1 second. So you smash through this horde, and these bodies just kind of start to float away. Now you can do your second attack with that.
Okay, yeah, I'll target the other one.
It's at difficulty 2.
Difficulty 2. Yep. Difficulty 2. I'm not going to spend no momentum on this one.
Okay.
So we'll just see. We'll see how it goes. How she goes. Well.
How you want to spend that momentum?
Bank it.
Okay, it is banked.
All right.
And so roll me some hot damage.
And then I will select. I will reroll selected.
So tell me what happens to this northern horde as they clack angrily at you.
I stop only long enough to shuck off the shells stuck to my cutting blade of my battle axe to my foot, and then like I'm halfway in the swamp water, face covered in a lily pad, and I just let out a rage-filled cries. I'm like, "Damn crabs!" And I am absolutely like cracking like I'm sipping Kraken, just going crazy. It's all being blown apart, and I am just like swiping through the waves. There is swamp water billowing all around me.
And as you kind of break through these, right, it's almost like the water around you is getting colder, and there's just this rough smell of decay and death where, you know, like rotted crab doesn't really smell that much. It has that fishy odor, but it's like, because it's just a little bit of meat. But these have this absolute smell of what a mammalian or a mammal smells like whenever it's dead and decayed, as these bodies just fly hither and yon due to your battle axing.
All right, and I have a question about action economy.
Yep.
Is a movement a minor action or not?
You can move 10 feet without taking a move or an action.
Okay.
But anything more than that is 30 feet plus 10.
All right. I step up to here.
Yeah.
And I do I see anything immediately as I approach this doorway?
You see what appears to be a rope ladder leading up into a ledge above.
All right, cool. I don't see anything on top of that ledge that I might see on the virtual tabletop.
Give me.
I do not see it. I do not see it.
Yeah, okay. I know. Give me give me an observation check.
All right. I was just making sure before I'll roll it.
Yeah, you definitely catch movement up there.
I'm gonna yell, there's something in here moving, but get in there anyway. We need to crush them. We can't stay out here. And I want to spend the minor action trying to clear myself. Do you know what skill that is?
Yeah, you would do since it's a condition. It's not hardy. It's fortitude. No, I can't remember.
Resistance.
Yeah, there you go. Resistance.
Oh, it's resistance. Difficulty 2. Yeah, let's see.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
So you are not able to clear. You still have crabs hanging off of your chainmail, stabbing through and slicing you up.
Hold on. When making a resistance test, I can reroll any dice that didn't generate a success on the initial roll.
So go ahead and reroll.
All right. Let me just double select. Okay.
Complication. So.
Oh god.
Fuck me.
So as you throw these last crabs off of you, right? You're shaking them off the battle axe, you're shaking them off your arm, and you're throwing them, and you're just pissed off at the world, and you yeet one over. It's almost like you just brought more fury on yourself, because out of this area over here, you start to see another swarm, and almost like another bigger crab kind of popping its head out of the water.
I point my battle axe at him and say, "You're lucky, because today, Cord's feeling crabby."
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
All right.
It's my turn, sorry.
So Cord is gone. Kelmick has tried to stomp and stomped very little. Lambro has tried to slice and sliced very little. Aaron, you and Anthony. Anthony's like, there's crabs behind me! And he turns around, getting ready to start swiping with that sword you gave him. Or
All
he
right,
picked up.
Just take a deep breath first. Slow your roll. Concentrate. I'm gonna help him. Kind of
Okay.
Make coordinated strike here. Kind of like try to assist.
I didn't expect him to actually have any actions this time, so I don't have a character sheet really very well
Just
for
use
him.
mine. Fuck it. I mean, I already have shit combat stats anyway, so I mean.
Well, maybe your dad trained him a little bit better. What do you think about that?
I would be fucking pissed if that was the case.
So he was the favorite son. So slash roll 1d20 and compare it to your melee.
My melee is not.
Well, actually, you're kind of commanding him, right? What's your persuade? What's let me take a look at. I can't remember all the stats.
It's persuades 15.
No, not persuade. You're not persuading him to do better. You're kind of commanding him.
I think my command
insight.
Is pretty decent.
I would say insight, or I'm sorry, observation, animal handling, or melee.
You said insight. I could do.
Yeah. No, observation. Yeah. Observation. Sorry.
Okay, we'll do that then. I mean, I got a success then.
Okay.
That's the case.
So he has to get one success for your success to count.
Okay, sounds good. Better get a success. He did. He totally did on a 4.
He did. He totally did. Good job. So Anthony's kind of like, ah! And he's just like going like this with the sword as much as he can over and over and over again. And you're just like cheering him on and doing a great job, right?
Yeah.
What's your sword? What's the damage on your sword?
I have no idea. How do I tell that?
Just go to your sword and roll the damage for it. Or I'll do it. I'll do it. It's fine.
Okay.
I got it. I'm already in there. Okay. Nice and deep, boy.
It's 4 damage base.
Gotcha. And so we'll pump that into damage, and your doppelganger is just scything through these guys, making Lambro look like a punk because he's just slamming through and just husks are flying all over the place. And he turns around to you. He's like, did I do it?
I have to say,
hey, hell yeah.
You're better than the other kid. We might keep you instead.
Hey, shut the fuck. You watch your fucking mouth, lady.
Caitlin and Fausto. Gannis, you 3 have left to go. Who's going?
Gannis.
Yeah, no. Go ahead, Gannis.
Good. Okay. I was going to say, what did the exploit do again? It gives me a modifier on attack number?
Penetration of 2 for your next attack. Yep. So that goes through their armor.
So Gannis uses his spear and stabs at him.
Do it. Roll it. Unfortunately, as you're kind of stabbing into these guys, they just split apart because you're trying not to hit Claudius because he is just covered in these guys, and you miss. Fausto.
I am going to use treatment on Claudius, and Claudius is going to be using clear and attacking again.
Okay. So he takes 2 damage at the beginning of the round. So that's 2. So he's down to 2. Oh, no, wait, that's the Undead Swarm. Sorry. Get out of there. So he takes 2 damage and puts him down at 3. You said he's going to do the clear?
Yep.
Okay, so that would be Fortitude for this Crabbo. How do you want to spend that momentum? You want to spend it on your treatment?
I am going to spend it. Actually, I'm going to save it for his attack.
Okay, and go ahead and roll your treatment. So treatment is, for this, it's going to be animal hand. I think we agreed on that, right? Any type of treatment on an animal is going to be animal handling. So treatment is full action, treating an ally in reach to recover vigor. Standard, brace, exploits, treatment. Average of D1, so because he has no harms, regains 3 points of vigor, plus 3 more per momentum spent. You want to spend both of that momentum?
Yeah, if that doesn't fully heal him, then yeah.
It does,
definitely.
it does. So that takes him up to 6, 8, takes him back to his 8.
Okay.
And so Claudius, the angry Claudius, raises his mighty claw and uses. I'm going to use a doom. I'll take it back, and that counts as that momentum. Yep. Just starts laying into the crabs. How do you want to spend that momentum, Fausto?
Penetration.
Ooh, don't threaten me with a good time.
Crab on crab. Clawed.
And so Claudius is angry. Claudius sees these facts of the land as affronts to all of crabs and all of Dagon's creations, and he just goes back to wading into these things and just ripping left and right with his claws as he's throwing them in the air. He's crushing them in between his claws. He's even biting on some of the ripping carapace and tossing it to the wind, and he just completely obliterates that squad.
Nice. I am also using my minor action to run up here.
Caitlin.
I mean, luckily there's no crabs around now, so I guess I'm just gonna run. I do not want to be here when that big,
When Eva Claudius, when Fausto Claudius, or Flexo Claudius?
Anti-Claudius. Shadow Claudius comes over here and murders some people. I've seen what Claudius could do to someone on accident. I don't need to see what an anti-Claudius could do purposefully. So I'm hightailing it.
So you can move a total of, if you're using your standard action to move, you can move a total of 70 feet. So that's 20 there, and if you want to go inside, you can go all the way into that rope ladder.
I will go one step inside.
Okay. I'll move you. You tell me if this is where you want to be. Right there?
Yeah. Is there a way I could do it quietly after I hit that door around that corner, or is it because
you can try and stealth it.
Okay, yes, I would like to, because I obviously don't have much time to pay too much attention.
No. So roll stealth. Difficulty 2, because you're basically going.
Okay. And shit's going down outside.
Right.
So it's
right. It's not like you guys are exactly quiet, but you never know. Yeah. So you managed to get into here, right? And nobody sees you. Fausto, you run right in front of Fausto. He doesn't notice you, but what you see, standing at the top of this parapet, would that be right? Like this incline here. It's not a wall because it's actually got a top. This plateau, that's a good one. Strikes fear into your heart. Roll me discipline.
Oh, fuck.
Difficulty 1.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay, so you don't take any resolve damage, but you see what appears to be the dead skeletons standing there, one with a bow, one with a sword and shield, and they're looking down and they're kind of spying at Cord to see what he's doing. They wear pirate garb that is completely falling apart, and they look like they're going to be doing some stuff in the next round. But
can I gesture to Cord? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Like, I don't want to say anything because I could give away my position, but like a gesture, like, you know, there is something up there. Like, I
yeah, I heard the movement, so I guess I'm getting to reconfirm that there's something up there. All right.
I want to. I gesture. It is not, you know, not friendly, very angry, you know.
Yeah.
And so that is actually the end of our broadcast day for today. And that's where we're going to stop. So I want to do very quickly our normal round robin with Captain Lambro of TTA, played by Dionysus. Tell us what's going through Lambro's brain right now.
Well, I guess the dead men do tell some tales.
Dead crabs, at least.
Dead crabs. Get our men from this area and at least get them to firm and dry ground, and then we can reassess and move forward into this fortification. Whatever lay beyond can't be as bad as these crabs. Or can it?
It's probably much, much worse considering that you just got to the map, but we'll see. Fausto, played by Severian of Tabletop Anthology. Sir, what's going through Fausto's brain right now?
Fausto heard magical tome, and that's all he's been thinking about. So he's just trying to cut his way through any undead hordes here and get to the center of this island and find what's causing all of this and putting out all this magical power.
And then we have Gannis, played by Tabletop Anthology's Hades. What's going through Gannis's mind? His brilliant mind in his short body.
He's disturbed by these undead crabs. His last thought was just to stab at them, and that was unsuccessful. He sees the guys ahead of him rushing in, so that's just his full focus is to get the fuck out of here and run ahead now.
And Kelmic, played by Turg of Tabletop Anthologies. What's going through your brain right now out there, Kelmic?
Kelmac is not gonna let these crabs get to his captains. He's staring right into the eye stalks of that big one, and he's ready to whip him.
And finally, from Tabletop Anthologies, we have Aaron, played by Tabletop Tony. What's going through Aaron's brain now that he has his maybe possibly younger brother, maybe twin, maybe nothing, maybe just random bit of weirdness?
A random doppelganger? Well, I mean, funny enough, I'm excited to connect with this guy. You know, maybe I'll learn a little bit about my family through him, if he is related. If not, whatever. I know he happens to look like me. But I also hope he doesn't end up like hurting himself, being an idiot, running around being a little angsty little boy. So, and I can't wait for the next episode, Shadow of the Claudius.
Shadow of the Claudius is the next episode. It's true.
So I'm excited. A good time.
And next we have Cord, played by Diesel Shots Lee. First, tell me about what's going through Cord's brain, and then tell me what Diesel Shot's going this week.
Yeah, so Cord's definitely thinking, damn, why do they have to be so small? And what's that up on the ledge? I wish I could, maybe it's an enemy? Why isn't she just saying it? Oh no, she's hiding. Oh God, they're gonna hit me first. And that's probably, he's probably in combat mode, just trying to get to cover, but now he's not sure that the cover is cover, so he's kind of second guessing himself. And he's gonna rush through this breach, and we'll see what happens.
And what's Diesel Shot got going on this week?
So on Diesel Shot this Wednesday, we have a sponsored stream, Worlds Without Number, Arcspire, where the adventurers decide to destroy or heal an alien biome, 7-9 p.m. Eastern. And on Thursdays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on, Uranium Fever, our Fallout tabletop role-playing game. This Saturday on Saturday for some changed stars. Yay! Mondays are our D&D 5e campaign, High Road, where the party is about to enter a 7-level dungeon to enter into this like magical spy agency that's been fucking with them this whole time, and that one of the party members has escaped from this very prison, is back for revenge. So shit's about to go crazy. There's giant worms, there's psychic powers, things are heating up. So come out for some D&D, and that's the wrap other than dev stream. So.
We're always happy to have you here, Lee. It's a pleasure to have you on stream. I'm glad we got you. And speaking of glad to have, we have Milady Saito playing Caitlin. If you would tell us what's going through Caitlin's brain right now as she hides and sees a skeletal archer up on the ledge.
I would say first she was like, oh god, thank goodness I'm away from the large crab. And then she's like, oh, let's go a little bit in here, a little bit slow. And then when she glances up, she's like, ah, fuck. Son of a dead person.
And so if you could tell us what's going on in Milady Saito's channel this week.
Hello, we play tabletop games on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So tomorrow we'll be playing Once Upon a Leap. It is a storytelling D&D game that was based off of most fairy tales. And then we will be playing Azure Kingdom on Thursday, which is another pirate campaign that's done in D&D format. And then on Saturday is the Sandos of Time, which is also part of Tales of Durhee, Once Upon a Leap, and Sandos of Time are all done in the same world. It's a big West March D&D campaign that I run myself. And these butterfly effects, each table affects each other, and it's just so wonderful. And I can't wait to see how that's gonna go. That's pretty much it. All I can think of.
That's a lot to. I mean, it's like, oh, that's pretty much it. No, that's a lot. So we are always happy to have you on channel. You are a wonderful addition, and we're happy to see you here.
Thank you. It is always a blast.
And finally, Captain Lambro, we got two last things to do here, buddy. So I think you need to pick a target.
Uh-oh. It's time. Kelmick, I want to hear it. What is best in life?
To crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentations of their women.
This is good. And from all of us here at Tabletop Anthologies this week, we have Friday. Are you doing Back to Curse of Strahd, Aaron?
Curse of Strahd, Friday, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Come check us out. There's a vampire in the basement.
Vampire in the basement. Oh no! Fausto, Call of Cthulhu this week?
Yep. We'll be playing Call of Cthulhu on Saturday at 11 p.m. Eastern, continuing our Down Darker Trails, the Weird West Call of Cthulhu.
And Kelmick, I believe on Sunday we have Paranoia, yes?
Yes, we do. Paranoia Red Clearance at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Fantastic. We've got a load of shows. Make sure you get a chance. If you get a chance, stop by our friends, Milady Saito channel and Diesel Shots. If you get a chance, check out our other shows. And until then, as always, may Kron be with you. And if he doesn't listen, then to hell with him. Raid we go.
Raid.